Hi, today is Sunday, May 17th, 2026. We're going to continue to read an article so that total amount of time I put in for reading English articles could be more than 30 minutes each day. So far, 23 minutes. So at least I need to go for at least 7 minutes duration of practicing English by reading an English article aloud and posting on YouTube for my satisfaction, not for your satisfaction, but for mine. I just put in, can two Fortigate firewalls work together for redundancy and backup and so on? And the AI Gemini generated an AI answer like this. Yes, two Fortigate firewalls can work together in several ways, ranging from high availability or HA clustering to independent tandem operations. So high availability and tandem operations. The best approach depends on whether the units are the same model and if your goal is redundancy or layered security. 1. High availability or HA cluster recommended. If you have two identical models, for example, two Fortigate 100E units, they can be configured to act as a single logical unit. Active, passive, active, 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 passive. One unit handles all traffic while the second remains on standby, taking over immediately if the primary fails. A lot of good expressions, right? Active, 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 passive, remains on standby and taking over immediately if the primary fails. Active, active. Both units process traffic, allowing for load balancing and redundancy. Requirements: same hardware model, same firmware version, and direct cabling for heartbeats, right? For heartbeats, that's good expression. Direct cabling for heartbeats. Primary fails, remains on standby, taking over. Active, passive, active, active. 2. Standalone configuration synchronization. If you need two units to have the same security policies but not act as a cluster, you can use a standalone config sync. This synchronizes firewall policies, objects, and UTM profiles between two different units, which is useful for setting up similar environments. Caution: settings that identify the Fortigate to the network, like IP addresses, do not sync. Caution: settings that identify the Fortigate to the network, like IP addresses, do not sync, of course. 3. Independent tandem operation. You can connect two different Fortigate models together to work in tandem. Layered security. You can place one firewall behind another, cascading, to provide multiple layers of security. For example, an external firewall for perimeter defense and an internal one for segmentation. External firewall, internal firewall for perimeter defense and segmentation. SD-WAN and VPN. You can connect them via LAN and IPsec VPN, creating routing paths between the networks behind them. Yeah, simple VPN, SD-WAN. You can connect them via LAN or IPsec VPN, creating routing paths between the networks behind them. traffic splitting. If you have multiple internet circuits, you can split your network traffic between the two firewalls, creating redundant paths for internet access. Key considerations. Traffic splitting, right? I should look into traffic splitting. Key considerations. Different models. If the models are different, they cannot form an HA cluster. Configuration. So HA requires same model, same firmware version. Configuration. You must manually manage routing and firewall policies on both devices to ensure traffic flows correctly between them. For setting up a resilient high-traffic environment, a Fortigate high-availability cluster is the preferred method, ensuring minimal downtime. Interesting article. From this article, we learn many expressions such as active, passive, the primary takes on, or the secondary remains on standby. What else? Segmentation, perimeter defense, direct cabling for heartbeat, direct cabling for heartbeat. The primary fails, remains on standby, taking over, and so on. Well, that's it. Have a great Sunday wherever you are. If you just start to wake up, good for you. It's 7:35 p.m. here in Seoul. Thanks for listening. Have a great Fortigate day. Bye-bye.